their formal introduction. The Southern Union knew what was happening and advocated hard to be included in those allowed to purchase the guns when they became available. They lost the argument, which came as a surprise to Cyrus. As a military professional with over 30 standard years in uniform, he knew that weapons makers seldom played favorites. Maris Kliss and Xan-fi had always been neutral when selling their weapons, supplying both sides in a conflict guaranteed increased profits. So, when Xan-fi awarded the contract to the Cronem Alliance, there was a celebration on his side and confusion on the other. But Cyrus did not discount the win. The Southern Union would not protest too loudly. Not now. The Alliance would win the war by default, or until MK came out with their own line of visually controlled line-of-sight weapons. And they would, at which time the Union would be a ready market for their product. Cyrus looked with pride on the parade field and the 500 ground troops he had assembled for the demonstration. Xan-fi requested the contingent but hadn't yet explained what they were to do. They stood at parade rest, A-94s slung from straps over their shoulders, and each a prime specimen of the Soran race, and the Cronem Alliance in particular. Cyrus was the commander of all ground forces within the Alliance. He had counterparts for the air, space, and naval operations, along with a short stack of more senior officers leading to the command premier. Above the CP was the civilian leadership. All the leaders were on the stage this night, with a handful of Xan-fi representatives coordinating the presentation. The fact that this event mirrored thousands like it across the galaxy was truly impressive. Cyrus smirked, wondering what the Jurians thought of the presentations. And the humans. The new Xan-fi technology would make thousands of species equal to both superior races. For millennia, energy weapons relied solely on built-in computers to sight and hit a target. Since nearly every race used them, the slight delay in aiming and acquiring the target was a given, the great equalizer. But a few races didn't need the computers. This small list included both the Jurians and the humans, the two most powerful species in the galaxy. Cyrus knew that was far beyond coincidence. The fact that humans and Jurians could sight targets naturally and fire faster than computer acquisition had something to do with their dominance in galactic affairs. But now, the Soran would be just as capable, albeit through advances in technology. Who knew how far the Soran might go after this? Xan-fi had developed a way to connect the eyesight of an operator to the targeting system of the weapon. This made acquisition magnitudes faster. And not only that, but built-in gimbals at the end of the barrel allowed a 20-degree aiming variance to either side. That meant the spread could be off by as much as 40 degrees, and the sighted target could still be hit. Cyrus and his people tested the system's efficiency countless times, amazed at the difference it made in ground operations. But Xan-fi was also moving into police units while developing a connected LOS system for aircraft and even starships. But the system would have the most impact on ground operations. His operations. Nervous energy kept Cyrus awake the night before, and although he was tired at this late hour, excitement revived him. He watched as the final preparations were made at the podium. The lead Xan-fi representative was about to begin. Cyrus attributed the alien's concerned look to the late hour. He, too, had to be tired. But the hour of the presentation was governed by the differences in time on thousands of worlds. It was Soran's bad luck that it was in the middle of the night. There was only a handful of spectators around the parade field, with billions more opting to watch the presentation in the comfort of their homes. Military and government officials made up the bulk of those present, which Cyrus estimated to be nearly 1,000. The Respor of the Alliance was here, along with her cabinet.